let's talk about leadership list deployment. Now that we have assembled our list, let's focus a little bit about what my goal would be in having this list of 25 people for my partner or my prospect, partner in the business and prospect who has an interest and has allowed me to get into the list a little bit here. So my first goal is that I want to qualify as many people as quickly as possible so that I can begin to focus my efforts in driving the leg one more level deeper in order to secure the leg. Okay, that's the first thing. And then creating the activity is really what is going to get the individual prospect or new business partner excited, because we have now taken the lead as the upline in initiating the activity of deploying this list that we now have. And my goal obviously is to create that activity. That's what we're after, and the proper type of activity. But it's also to try to find a way to cull through and find the 1, 3 to 5 people that I can begin to work with in depth that's going to help me to secure that individual new prospect or new partner into the business. Now, some of the options that we have by which we can use to qualify a specific list can be anything from DVDs, CD-ROMs, home and one-on-one and opportunity meetings. Those are all avenues by which you can actually implement the process of qualifying the list. Now, to me, these are a little bit slower than what we have designed in the Vortex system, because we're using a stumble upon approach and process that will actually tie together a quick 1 to 1.5 minute phone call and a pre-created template, email template that contains the information that we're going to use to help qualify that list. We never send out an email without the phone call, and the phone call is important because it works in conjunction with the content. So an individual can take an hour to hour and a half to 2 hours in one 7-day period to get through that list of 25, to get that list exposed to the content, and then as we wrap back around to follow up quickly through the follow-up process, we're going to be able to establish the interest that we're looking for. And in every batch of 25, there is going to be a minimum of 3 to 5 people who are going to have some level of interest and want to be taken into or deeper into the pipeline of information. That's all we're after. We're not trying to sign these folks up. We're just trying to deploy the list and get them into the opening of the information pipeline. And we're going to be using this Vortex system to do this, but there are those options that we have identified. Now, we think the Vortex system that you are learning is a time saver. And again, I think it helps to identify the runners sooner and more efficiently. So when you go back to all of the qualifying and the lack of prejudging that you're supposed to be doing in the names list, you've got a pretty good base of names there to get into the pipeline of information. And that pipeline, we're going to move those prospects through and initiating that process of entering the pipeline through this Vortex system of the quick 1.5 minute phone call and the email template. And we think we're going to see better results quicker, because as an upline, I'm not looking to build the entire front line of my new person. All I'm trying to do is help to kind of palpate through the list to find out how I can get one level deeper, number one, and then number two, also kind of build the firewall, if I can, of helping them with their 3. But if we kind of get stuck, I've got to keep moving down the leg and solidifying each individual and then helping them to build that firewall of 3. And so the objective here is to get beyond the current business partner or prospect and to move into one more deeper level in that group. And again, that creates the excitement, that creates the belief, that creates the idea that, hey, maybe this can work for me as a new business partner. I got in, I wasn't sure if this was going to work, or I'm a prospect, didn't have any belief, didn't have any time, but now since I can see that it's working, I can begin to move the business up my priority list, because that's essentially what not having time for is that it just doesn't fit in the upper echelon of priority. So we can help the prospect see the value in the business by driving through. So we're going to deploy that list, and let's talk a little bit about that here in just a second in the next video.